Hey girl, what's up?
Hey girl. I don't really want nothing. I just
I love that. Yes. Welcome everyone to the Nonsense podcast. What we're going to talk about is all nonsense. So today, what we're going to do is introduce ourselves since this is the first episode, kind of give you all a rundown of what we have planned. And yeah, so we'll start off with Rachel.
my name is Rachel and I'm a Capricorn. I'm a December Capricorn. I and when I'm not doing this, my normal everyday life, I'm a student studying counseling, clinical mental health counseling, and I'm currently working at a community agency as a therapist. So yeah, I love mental health. I enjoy doing yoga. I enjoy going out with friends. I like some wine. I'll eat anything. I love food. And Annabelle's like literally my best friend ever.
Same here. Rachel is my best friend. We've known each other for a decade. It's so long. We met in late freshman year of high school and we just stuck around each other and we love each other's vibes. So here we are, a decade
Your
later.
shirts vibing. I just noticed that. Yeah.
It's vibing and thriving, just
Vibing and
like how I go through
thriving.
life.
Period. I feel like that describes our friendship. Vibing and thriving.
So, it's so
Love that.
easy going and it's just going more and more
Yes.
places and I love it. So I'm
Love it. Love
Anna.
it.
Um, I am an October Libra. I work at a promo company when I'm not doing this, and I'm really big into physical fitness right now. So working out, I do go multiple times a week. I do meal prep, etc. So if you guys want to hear any about that, I am not certified, but I'll be happy to share. Um, but
Boy.
are you
Mm.
superstitious at all? Like, I know there's like levels of superstitious. Like, I have a friend that'll probably come on the podcast later on. But she does, if she like hits the back of my foot or like steps on my shoe, she has
Mhm.
to, she has to tap my shoulder 3 times after. So like, there's like those kind of superstitions. There's like super,
That sounds like
like,
OCD. No, I'm just kidding. Now be trying to diagnose. Let me sit down. Okay, that is a form of OCD. But yes,
No, it was
yes,
like
yes,
it's. I think it falls into the same category of like throwing
yeah.
salt over your shoulder for
It
like good
does.
luck if you
It
spill
does.
it or something like that. We gotta. It's like something like that. Are you superstitious at all? I don't think you are, from what
Not
I've.
like that. Like I don't. I think that I'm just gonna stay in my lane, but I do think that ghosts exist. I think that demons exist. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. A lot of it good, some of it not so good, some of it
Mhm.
bad, and some of it we're just not supposed to know about. So yeah, I am definitely superstitious. I don't want to dip my toe in anything that's like gonna possibly end up possessing me or anything like that. I don't even want to risk it. Um,
No, I
but yeah.
completely agree. What was it? That's why I kind of still struggle with watching horror movies and doing stuff on like Halloween. Like I'll dress up like 'cause I think it's fun now that I'm grown up, but like horror movies I'm still not. I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe it's 'cause I'm a chicken, but I'm gonna blame it on the other thing
No,
instead.
because some horror movies just be like they be bad, like they be horrible, like absolutely terrible. I forget what movie it was. I should look up the name of it, but it was horrible. I don't even want to think about it because I almost had nightmares. Went over to Christian's house, my boyfriend Christian's house, or not his house, his cousin's house, and we were watching a horror movie there. And nobody wanted to watch it, but nobody was like brave enough
Let's
to
not
speak up and
watch
be
it.
like, let's watch something else more. And I wanted to go downstairs, but I'm just like, wait a minute, like I don't want to be considered chicken. But it was a horrible movie. It was so bad. I literally had to go pray. It was so
Girl,
horrible. I'll never
no.
do that again. Never gonna wear a shirt for a horror movie ever again.
I watched this movie with somebody. I think it was a date. because I know for sure it was not a group. I would not go there willingly. Um, but I went on a date and I was just like, okay, cool, it'll be fine. Didn't tell me what movie we were watching. Like, I bought tickets, cool. So I did not know what I was walking into. It turns out I don't remember the name of the movie, but spoiler alert, um, there was a lot, it was very graphic. Just like the kid was possessed. It was like about this hand and like they have to touch it for like only a certain amount of time and then they get possessed. You know what
Annabelle,
I'm
that's
talking
the
about?
movie I'm talking about.
Stop. No.
That's the
I
exact movie
couldn't
I'm
watch some of
talking
it. I
about.
had to close my eyes. I
And
had to
like
close
I
my
let you in.
eyes. Yeah,
Conversation,
yeah,
like I
yeah, yeah.
that yes, that movie was so freaking it was demonic,
It
okay? And
was
then she was
bad.
good.
It was like, okay, I will
Bad.
say it was a good movie, but it was bad for me, for my mental. Like, what was it? The
Detrimental.
part where it's the little kid that got possessed and he started going around the room. Yeah, that
Yes.
part. Mm,
Oh my
I had to tap
God.
out. I was hiding under my sweater. I was like, I don't even care anymore about this date. Like, I could walk out right now. Then again, we shared a car. So, I have no way.
Let me look
It
up the
was bad.
name of
Ugh,
this movie.
what is it called? Oh no, but that stuff was just bad. Sorry if
Talk
I'm
to
like,
Me. It's called Talk to Me. Anybody who wants to watch it or avoid watching it, it's called Talk to Me.
talk to me. Yes, good movie, but bad for your mind.
Oh,
Like for mental, if you're
absolutely.
squeamish, yeah, no, big no.
Yeah. Goodness
The
gracious. Oh,
let's
okay. Well,
let's.
nonsense. How did we get to talking about that? I don't even know. Okay.
Oh,
So we are each gonna, every time we have a podcast, however often we post, I'm gonna talk about a breaking news at the beginning, and then Annabelle's gonna mention a fun fact towards the end. So today for breaking news, I have like two little news things that I've heard about just this past week. One is kind of serious. Have you ever seen the movie on Netflix called Leave the World Behind?
I've seen it pop up in my suggested, but I never watched it.
It's basically like an apocalyptic movie, and it's like the world or America basically gets destroyed by under other countries, but not with like bombs or war or anything like that. But it's like a cyber attack. So we like, yeah, like other countries band together. They take down like America's satellites, cut them off essentially from the rest of the world. Everyone in America is so unaware of what's going on that we end up just like turning against each other and destroying ourselves and stuff like that. And so what happened in Leave the World Behind was other countries like they did these like major cyber attacks against America, and we just lost access to everything. So something similar is kind of starting to go on in the healthcare system. So Change Healthcare is basically like it's not an insurance company, but they process insurance claims, like 80% of insurance claims. And so they I don't know, they were attacked by like another country. They had like a major cyber attack, and like they were under like they weren't able to like process the claims for a long time, and it got so bad that they paid like a $22 million ransom. And it's still not everything's still not up and running. And my uncle told me about this because he gets paid through those claims, and like a fifth of his he's only gotten paid like a fifth of what he usually gets paid because a bunch of claims just like aren't being processed. So like I don't know what the long-term effects of this are going to be, or if there's any gonna be any long-term effects. But I know I had like a situation happen at my dentist office where they were having trouble getting my claims processed. I don't know if that had to do with the cyber attack or what, but that's going on, and I don't see a lot of places talking about it. So
I haven't
hopefully
even
everything
heard
gets
about that.
resolved with that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, honestly, because I don't been
Sure.
fixed still. They paid the ransom, but I don't think it's been like fixed yet. So crazy, girl.
So,
Crazy.
if someone wants to look further into that, where do you recommend that they look?
Um, girl. Let me see. It's called Change Healthcare. So really just like a Google search. See
Okay,
what's
interesting.
going on, check in, keep updated with what's, trending with Change Healthcare. What's odd is that the website doesn't really have much. Like the Change Healthcare website, it doesn't really have much. They have it looking like everything's just fine and dandy, but like real consequences are happening.
Hiding things from the public.
Right? But anyways, lighter news. So Ariana Grande came out with her new album, Eternal Sunshine. And, you know, it's a really good album. And in my opinion, I know people don't care for Ariana Grande, but I've loved Ariana Grande since her debut album, Yours Truly. And this is just such an evolution. She's really talking about, her mental health and healing and loving herself through being, just an imperfect person like everyone is. Which of course is being met with criticism because, people are looking at her kind of very closely, just due to the fact that, she is with a married man, or he was married or something like that. It was kind of scandalous. Did you hear about that?
I did not. I know someone told me about it, but I never really did my research into that. Who is she with and who is he?
So the guy she's with is, he plays SpongeBob in SpongeBob the Musical, and he's also in Wicked. So, which, the Wicked movie that's coming out, excuse me. Yeah, so they're in that together, and I guess they were really feeling each other, and stuff like that. But this album isn't even really about that. It's more so just like about her and about staying, positive and things like that, and loving herself and all that. So that's come out, and it has some really, really good songs on there. Some of my favorites are the song Eternal Sunshine, Bye. She be singing like, Boy, bye. It's so good.
I I think I gotta actually listen to the music or to the album, I'll say, because I'm
It's
one of
really short.
those
Yeah.
not really into Ariana Grande till recently, and it's certain songs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you would like it. Did you like her Yes and song? How'd you feel about
It wasn't really for me, I will say. Like,
it? Okay.
the music video was interesting. That I don't really watch music videos, but that one was very interesting. I was like, okay, I kind of like the premise of it, but I
Yeah.
songs not really for me, for my cup of tea anyway.
Solid. And you know what? Not for everybody. I would recommend still listening to the album because not every song on there is the same. And it has a really good message overall. So definitely recommend. But yeah, that's all I have for the news.
Can we jump back to this whole dreams session, like what we were
Absolutely.
talking about before? Um, how do you feel about dreams? Like, do you think like they hold it like a message into it, or is it like certain dreams like mean certain things? I know someone, one of my friends, Shay, once again, the one that will be joining us probably in a future episode.
Mhm.
She had told me about her aunt that always has a dream about a fish, and that usually means that somebody in the family is pregnant or someone that she knows is pregnant. So that was really interesting. So I think it it is honestly it could be, it could not be. So I'm kind of in the middle of that. Where do you stand on that?
Man, like I said, like there are things in this world that we just like don't understand. I feel like dreams are like one of those things that we can't fully understand. Like, why do we have them? I don't even know. Some people say that like being in a dream is like another dimension, which is
I
why,
was gonna bring
maybe
that
you
up.
can like, yeah, like you can like fly from like the top of the stairs or something and just
Mhm.
land like softly because physics are different in a dream or whatever. Um, and then, some people say like I think it was like some Disney movie, some old Disney movie. It might have been Cinderella or Snow White. And she's saying like a dream is a wish your heart makes. So like maybe a dream is something that you subconsciously want to happen or that your heart wants. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, it can also be a nightmare. So something you really don't want. So,
That's
but
true.
yeah.
That I definitely got a lot of those watching that one movie. Well, so another thing was I kind of want to start lucid dreaming. So I don't know, have you ever tried or have you ever lucid dreamed before? Because I know there's a whole process, and I have tried once or twice. Like I know you have to be really consistent about the things that, leading up to it for like a week or so, and then it'll
Mm,
happen. But I can never just stay that consistent with that process.
yeah. I think there was one time when I was in a dream. I was really young then. I was in a dream and I was aware that I was in this dream. Um, and then I started like controlling the dream, and then I don't know, like everything just got weird and people got really mean in the dream. So
Hmm.
I didn't want to be in the dream anymore.
She said, "I'm over it. Wake me up."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But it was really weird. Like once I realized like I was in the dream, but I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool, but I don't know. Part of me likes to just see what my mind comes up with
Oh, definitely.
sometimes. But yeah. But lucid dreaming, it's like I don't know, it's like you're more aware. I like the idea of like being able to remember your dreams. Yeah.
So I heard
So
that one of the steps in the process for lucid dreaming is that you have to start remembering your dreams, like writing them down, and then you could probably revisit that same dream. So I might
yeah.
want to start digging into that.
Yeah, I think that I want to remember like the weird dreams that aren't scary, but just like interesting, or like the really happy dreams. The darker ones, I'm like, okay,
Those can
those are
stay.
just dreams.
Those can stay in the.
We're gonna keep those where they are. But I actually think it was you. You gave me like a dream book or something like that. Do you remember that?
I did, and I don't remember. I think I gave it to you for one of your birthdays and like a little,
Yeah.
like as a.
It was like understanding your dreams. And I think when my parents moved, like they lost it or something, and I was so upset. But yeah. It's interesting, like dreams. I don't know. I don't really know why we have them, but sometimes I feel like it, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was like, I definitely lean more to the it's an alternate reality or a different universe type side. I always find that way more interesting because
It is.
just like aliens, there's no way that we're the only ones in this world. Like I just find the whole concept very interesting.
But you know what? Also, like, it's not completely ridiculous. Because like the theory of infinity, like everything that could possibly happen, everything that could possibly exist is existing, is currently existing, is all happening at the same time. So it's like in a dream, it's like even though like it seems so far fetched, like maybe in another reality it is currently happening, that dream.
So my brain just connected that to what was it? Not it was one of the Marvel movies. I think the one before Endgame. Anyway, it was where like Doctor Strange is also they're all going to different timelines that are currently happening to get the Infinity Stones, Infinity War stuff. So they all split up, and you know how there's just
Yeah.
like literally explained all of it's going on right now, and you can go to it.
I like how the Marvel movie is like incorporating like different universes and stuff like that. Did you see the new Miss Marvel
I
movie?
did. It was so was and I
I
did keep up with the shows as well.
I don't keep up with Marvel stuff as much as I want to because I love Marvel. But okay, just spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm about to reveal an ending to Miss Marvel, so just skip like 2 minutes. Okay.
2 minutes of it.
But
Maybe
I
more.
love girl. So I love X-Men. I love X-Men so much. And so when I saw that they're finally introducing the X-Men universe,
Yes.
this
Yes.
is what I've been waiting for decades. I've been waiting for this.
I
I'm
have
so
been waiting
excited.
to see if they're going to bring back Quicksilver, like X-Men Quicksilver. Because I know, like in Marvel, like he was there, but then he died. Which I know he wasn't my favorite, but he was only in like a couple of scenes. But I really loved the X-Men Quicksilver. Like, do you remember him? It's literally gosh, I'm so excited.
Which
Mrs.
one was
Leaf
he in?
is my favorite. Storm. So I don't remember which X-Men movie it was, but literally when he's literally shattering the glass and he meets Logan and I think it's First Class. I think it's First Class actually. X-Men
Yeah.
First Class, and the way that he shatters the glass just by vibrating his hand. I always found that scene so good. So,
I like that they redid Deadpool because Deadpool in which was that X-Men First Class he was in that they showed him.
I don't, maybe for a minute, but I'm not, I don't, it's been a while since I've seen First Class.
Yeah, and it was I like apparently for people who read the X-Men comics, like the original depiction of Deadpool in the X-Men movies was like just like absolute trash. Which I agree. But you know, the other Deadpool much better, much better. The one we know and love.
Right.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
Ryan Reynolds really quick. Did you see how many, like, what was it? I love his Mint Mobile commercials. I was literally debating on switching over just because.
That's great
Just
marketing
like,
right
I
there.
love that. He's just like, yeah, we could spend money on doing all of these, but it's just like a green background. And he's just like, but it speaks for itself. Yeah, I'm like, okay. I mean,
Right to the point.
simple, straight to
You
the
know.
point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like he wouldn't. I mean, if it wasn't something that was legitimately just like worth it, I mean, he seems like a very to the point person. Like he jokes around and stuff, but
Mhm.
I don't know. It probably is. It probably is worth it,
I would love
honestly.
to. I feel like he's definitely on the list of celebrities I would love to meet. Is like Ryan Reynolds,
Yes. I don't know who I would want to meet. No. I guess I would want to meet. I mean, I want to meet Ariana because I love Ariana.
Chicago.
I would love to meet. No, I've gotten older. Like, thinking about celebrities, I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm like, they're
They're
not
just
that
people.
big.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I wanted to meet Sam Smith, but I don't know. After our last concert near the end, I was just like, I think I'm okay.
He's going through an era for
Seriously.
sure
I
right
feel
now.
like everyone right now is going through an era. So like Doja's going through her era. Still love her music, I will say. Paint the Town Red is my song right now. But everybody feels like they're going through an era. Is Beyonce having like a country era right now? Because
Yeah,
I have
Beyonce's
not heard of
doing the
her
country
album.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's doing her thing, you know. She had the Renaissance era, which was like I think it was like house slash Vogue music, which was different for her. But you know what? I'm like, go for it. Like at the end of the day, like art is art. All because, celebrities may be doing something that we don't really understand. It makes sense to them. And we might not understand it because we don't know them, you
Exactly.
know? So I'm
Plus,
just
if
like
we
rooting for
don't
them.
like it, we can always search out new artists. Like, there's so many
Literally.
artists in this world, or we could try making our own. Like some people are think it's so limited, like, oh, I have to listen to just this person or this person. Like, I hate what they're doing, and like, this is a big thing on like social media. It's just like, yeah, we'll cancel them. I'm like, if you don't want to listen to it, just go listen to something else that you would listen to.
Literally. Literally.
So,
And
yeah.
cancel culture is like honestly really toxic. Can we talk about that a little bit?
So toxic.
Because like
Okay.
it's like they be acting like these people they're canceling are paying their bills or something, or have done them like a personal injustice.
Mm.
And they're just like, and I'm just like, y'all, these are people, these are human beings. Like, if you don't like them, the most impactful thing you can do is just like not talk about them, not continue
Yeah.
to, as put them on a pedestal of any kind. Because at the end of the day, they're people. Like, we have to just let them be people and let them make
Ex-
mistakes like we make mistakes. Like, literally. There's plenty of things I could have gotten canceled for if I was famous, you know? But at
I
the end
think
of
we
the day,
all could
I don't know. I
have.
honestly don't know if people would cancel me. I haven't done that many things. But I'm like, maybe, because people cancel people for pretty ridiculous stuff. I'm like, just let people make mistakes. If you disagree with what they said, sure, you could voice that disagreement, but don't like, tell them to like kill themselves or die or something. That's intense.
Yeah. I
That's
remember,
real.
like, so I'm a big Shane Dawson fan, and like, I've literally kept up with him for years, even when he was canceled. So seeing him, like I knew, like I know he apologized and stuff, and some, like my thing was some people don't know him like that, and nor people that follow him for years know him like that. We don't actually know him. So I don't know, like this goes to to the apologies. So I know there was, I don't remember what her name was, but they were saying that she would cry, but she clearly was fake crying because it was just like this whole thing. I'm like, okay, when it comes to something like that, I get, but this man was sincere, deletes the videos, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I think they wanted him to pull a Jenna Marbles where she was just like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get off of YouTube completely and I'm never coming back on here. And she never
Yeah.
has. It's like, and now everybody's like, oh, I miss Jenna. Oh, what's going on with Jenna? I'm like, y'all canceled her, and now she's off the damn internet.
And I remember she was also like, I think she was a pretty unproblematic person. She
She
cancel her.
was. So what I know, and there might be other things, but the main thing that I know was she was doing blackface, like in her
Oh,
old videos. Yeah, that's the
oh, okay.
only one that I know of. There might have been more, but I'm not sure. But she did apologize, delete the videos, and I think she deleted the rest of her channel. I'm not completely sure.
Mm.
She doesn't even show up on her husband's stuff. I think like
Okay,
she's not on
okay.
socials.
Yeah. I'm like, I just think that, like, at the end of the day, like, if you don't want to support someone anymore, that's fine. But you just speaking all this negativity and, like, meanness over anyone's lives, celebrity or not, they're still a person, they're still a human being. And you just don't do that. Just don't do it. It's not right. It's actually, like, really wrong. And, like, it's only making you, a more bitter person. Because this person that you're trying to cancel, you're trying to, put out to be this demon person, whatever, whatever. They don't know you. They don't even know who you are. Like, literally.
They don't know you.
Like,
They don't
so
care
you
about
just
you.
spreading all this negativity is just coming back on you because they're doing their own thing with their millions of dollars because
Hmm.
they're famous, and they probably have people in their corner and support system who are, telling them if what they did was wrong, and they're gonna listen to those people. But I know if I was a celebrity, if I was famous, I wouldn't listen to random people I didn't know. I
I see,
wouldn't.
but that's
If
also
they were trying to
hard in
attack
this
my
day and
character,
age. I feel like that's also really hard in this day and age, like where
yeah, I would listen to
everything has to
people.
be on
Yeah,
social media. Everyone is on social media.
that's why it's important, like, to, like, have your people in real life. Don't have just people, like, on social media who validate you and rely on them for, like, assurance. Like, make sure you have, like, your family, you have your close friends, like, you have people who are really in your corner so that you can, like, have them to listen to, have them to support you. And not just relying on people on social media because they don't know you.
No, they
Listen to
don't.
the people
Like
who
you're
know you.
just a number to them, honestly. Like it's just like you're just a number of like they have, for example, somebody has like millions of followers. They're not gonna know every single one of them by name. Not every single one of them like is gonna. They are. There's an impact in numbers. So like let's say a million drop off, then they're gonna be like, oh snap, what did I do? But like if
Hmm.
one person unsubscribes, that's not gonna affect them in any way. I
Yeah,
don't even think it'll affect their paycheck because there's
yeah,
billions, millions of people in this flipping planet
yeah.
that are on social media.
Everybody's on social media, literally. It's
Especially
funny
the
they say.
younger generation right now.
I
This
don't
is
like
not
it.
attacking the younger generation, but they just let it
I don't like
all
it.
around the world.
Like, these
Ah,
kids are growing up so fast, and I'm like, I'm not just saying that because, like, I'm older now, but I'm like, these kids are definitely, their childhoods are, like, a lot shorter than, like, our childhoods were.
do you think it's
You
because
know,
they feel a need to have to grow up quickly?
like, they look their age. You should just look your age. Why are you trying to look your age? You know?
Did you see that there's the Sephora kids? Like you guys are like 10, 11. You guys do not need anti-aging. Why are
I
you
didn't go
doing
to
all that?
Sephora until I was in high school. I never stepped foot in a Sephora until I
I
was in high
still step
school.
in Sephora. I go to Ulta.
Silly.
Online. Amazon
Oh
beauty
my god.
products.
And yes, to this day, I barely go. To this
Straight
day,
smart.
it's wild. Honestly,
Hmm.
it's wild. And I don't know. I just feel like there's just like a lot of just bad influence out there on social
So
media.
it all comes back to media.
Yeah.
Oof.
Gosh, it's wild. These kids, man.
That's why I'm not having any. I'm good and ready.
And girl, like I really do want kids. Like I definitely see myself. I think being a mom is just like it's not the next step in my life, but it's one of the steps. And I think it'll just like grow me as a person, but I'm like I need to like I feel like there's so much I need to learn before I make that jump. And I need to prepare myself as much as I possibly can in order to make that jump. So like I'm like it's motivating for me personally, like that's motivating for me being just like, oh, I'm doing everything I'm doing now because one day like I'm gonna have a family of my own and I wanna be able to, sow into them as much as I possibly can. Sow into my kids as much as I like my husband, as much as I possibly can. And I feel like the work I'm doing now is like it's because of me as well, but I'm like it's also gonna be fulfilling for me to be able to like, be like stable and be like supportive and giving and wise, for my future little family of my own. So it's motivating for me. Some people think like, oh, you can never be too prepared or whatever. And I'm like, well,
You can, and it's gonna benefit you later.
yes, yes, you can. I think you absolutely can. And that's
Because my
why,
biggest fear about, having kids too soon or having kids at all, because you know that I'm still on the fence of like having kids later or not, just staying the fun auntie for like ever. Maybe
I
adopt,
can't
that's
wait to be an
cool.
auntie. Yes.
I
You
have
gonna have some kids soon?
no. You're gonna be waiting for a while, girl.
Okay.
You're gonna be waiting
Because
for
I
a
want to be an
while.
auntie. Aw. My
I know.
sister's
You got two other sisters.
They told me it's me. They told me I have to be the first one. Tell me how that makes sense.
Because aren't they both in relationships now?
Naomi is. Laura's not.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I don't know. I know that that's something I'm thinking about right now. I don't think neither of my sisters are really thinking about that. So I'm like, understandably, that would make sense. I don't know what it was when my godmother, when I was in high school, she just like kind of looked at me and gave me like the fingers. And she was like, she's gonna be the first one to get married. What?
I mean, Reed, go for it.
I
Can't
don't.
wait. Can't wait for the um.
I mean,
But
that's definitely on my agenda.
mhm.
Um, you know.
Where's Christian? I need to talk to him about.
Oh,
Where's
we've
Christian?
had that discussion plenty of times. Plenty, plenty. But anyways, Annabelle, I think we should talk a little bit more about us and about,
We should talk about our
just,
plans for this podcast. Like why we
yes,
decided to make us in the first place.
guys. Because, there's so much to talk about. Like, if we don't stay on track, we're going to just go everywhere. Nonsense.
We just be going on. We just be telling
Nonsense.
nonsense.
Literally.
But we have been talking about this, making a podcast for literal years. We have been wanting to just sit down, like camera or not, like we've been planning it for a while. This is the year that we were just like, okay, we actually got to do it. We both have, time that we could schedule out. We don't know how long it's
Yeah.
gonna be, well, consistency wise. But we have been talking about this for a while because we feel like we have like a lot to talk about, even if it's gibberish,
Nonsense. It's just nonsense.
straight
We have a lot to
nonsense.
say. We have words.
Do they
You
matter?
know?
Who knows?
Maybe we just like to talk.
Like to talk. We be on the phone for hours. We'll be on the phone for
Like,
hours.
literally.
I just call her to ask a question and then tangent.
I just call her Annabelle one time she brought these ginger chews over to my house. And I love them so much because I got stomach issues. And I love them so freaking much. And one day I was in my room and I looked at it. I saw I had some ginger chews left. And I was like, those ginger chews are so good. I'm so grateful for Annabelle for buying some ginger chews and giving me some. And I called her. I was like, hey girl, I was just thinking about those ginger chews. Like, they're really good.
I've been putting everybody on that train, honestly. Like, what was it? My sister had one. She was like, I'm nauseous when I have one of these. You
A
want
ginger chew girl.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. She's like, you have more of those next time she came over? I'm like, I do. I do.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say the brand because this isn't sponsored. But
Not sponsored yet, but if they do want to sponsor us,
oh yeah, we'll
please reach out. We'll give you guys a code.
But yes, just complete utter nonsense. But I think that this will just be like good to just like talk about the different things, that we have on our mind, ideas and things like that. Cause yeah, Annabelle, me and you, like, we're really similar, but honestly, I think that what works for us is that we have more not in common than we have in common. Like, we have like a lot of stuff in common, but like we're more different than we are similar. So we have like so much to talk about.
We do. And what I really treasure about our friendship is literally our outlook on different things. So like we'll have a topic and I'll be like, this is how I feel about it, like on this. But also we have the ability to see both sides of things, which I love. And I can
Yeah.
guarantee you, me and Rachel have never had a fight. Guarantee.
We
We've never. Maybe small disagreements, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know about like disagreements.
Not even to say. I take
We
that
just,
back. Not
we
even
just
to
be
say.
like agreements. Like we already know that we're different. So we just be agreeing to disagree. We just, yeah,
We just be okay.
I hear you. We just like, I hear you, girl.
I get that. I'll continue with our lives.
Moving on. Moving on. And speaking about different perspectives, different point of views, like that's what nonsense is supposed to be all about. So, while we have our own personal point of views, and maybe even biases, in no way is anything we saying meant to generalize like an entire population of people. It's just like personal, just personal thoughts and opinions. And so I guess just wanting to welcome people into that little perspective that we have in our friendship of just being just like, okay, you think the way you think, I think the way I think. But it's interesting to, hear someone else's, perspective and thoughts on things, and sharing that and joining in on whatever the conversation, whatever we're talking about. Very, very interesting.
Sometimes I will say about, going off of that is being Mexican or being Belizean, like I do this a lot. Like I'll say like, yeah, I drink a lot because I'm Belizean. It's in my blood. But that does not, do not take that for like face value.
No.
That's just me. Do not generalize, please.
If I ever say, men are trash, I don't mean all men, okay?
It's partially true, but it's selective.
No. Because I have dated almost 2 years. He is not trash. And I've met lots of nice, good men. But there are some men out there who just have a lot of audacity. And, it's because of personal reasons, mental health, whatever, just being a male in this society or whatever. But that doesn't disguise the fact that they're trash. They're garbage. And low key, like, I think some women actually just title
They
men
need
as
it.
trash so
They
they
need to
leave
take
them alone.
Yes. I feel like that
You
was a
know?
big thing too. Like we'll have a whole episode about relation, get into it deeper on that one. But like it took me a while to figure that out. And so now I'm at the point where at time please exit and I will not contact you. You will be deleted from my phone. You will be blocked
so
if I feel the need.
So important. Okay, we're getting off topic, but
We're getting
okay.
off topic, but
Because that is so important though, because it be the men who know that like you're too good for them and that they cannot do right by you that constantly come back. So like you have to block. You have to block them. I'm like, at the end
Yes.
of the day, you have to block them. My
Hmm.
friend the other day was just telling me something about a man did that was like borderline criminal to her. And I was like, girl, did you block him? So not yet. If he reaches out again, I'll block him. You got blocked.
See, but us as women, we just too forgiving. We are just
You
too
too
forgiving.
forgiving.
Like,
You know,
no.
like we don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to make a big deal out of it. We don't want to, we want to be chill about it, whatever, whatever. But it's like, no, you got to protect your peace. And these men love, not these men. I'm sorry, I'm generalizing again. I'm not generalizing, but I'm generalizing. These men love to destroy
Y'all know who
women's
you are.
peace. You know what my mama said? We need to bring her on this podcast. You know what she told me, Annabelle?
What
She
is
said, these poor men, doing the devil's work and don't even know it.
sinners? Sinners.
Once again, not generalizing. But yeah,
All the offense to the sinners.
just the sinners. That's it.
Just the sinners. Just the sinners.
Yeah.
That I love. And what did your? Oh my gosh, sorry, but that reminded me of something that your dad said last time I was on the phone with you. It was just like, and that's the. What did he say? And that's the cut, and that's the cut.
That's the cut. Oh, he
And
says
that's the
that's the
cut.
cut.
That's the
Or
cut.
he says that's a tight cut. He says
That's a
that's a
tight
tight cut.
cut.
When he's talking about like really good music, he loves Kendrick Lamar, he loves SZA, he loves Doja Cat. I don't know where he heard these artists before. I guess he listens to
Thames.
the radio. But he loves Thames. He's really into music. And I'm like, I need to talk to my dad more. This stuff.
We have him come on
Like
here for the music episode.
the music, honestly. Oh my God. He does sing, actually. He's a singer. So that makes sense. But
I have not,
he says,
after all these years, I've only heard your dad only a couple times sing, and it'll be like around singing. Like, I need to hear your dad actually sing.
yeah, he wants to sing. You just gotta give him a platform, so gotta bring him on here to sing. But yeah, maybe we can bring them both on here. That'll be interesting.
Oh, I
That'll be
love,
so interesting. My mom and dad. But yeah.
mhm,
Anyways,
love their
so
perspective.
yeah.
Such good advice. Also, such good
Yeah,
advice.
really.
Rachel's mom.
They have some words for sure. They have some wisdom. They have some wisdom. You know, you can take what resonates. You know,
Everything. Just take what
yes,
resonates.
take what
Take
resonates.
But going back to, yeah, the podcast. Back to the podcast. Yeah, but we will also, we do have future plans for this podcast. We do have our Instagram page that I will link below if you would love to check it out. We'll be posting little media stuff. If you want to ask us any questions, feel free to email us also below. But all of that, we'll go over again towards the end of the episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rachel, do you have anything else to add?
I think that's it. Period. Did you have any fun facts for us today?
Actually, I do. I did find out that when we discovered penguins, scientists used to call them just another breed of geese. They
Oh,
just thought they were another breed of geese. I don't know. I just thought that was so interesting in honor of my little penguin over here, but for how long it
yeah.
could have just been a geese. It's crazy.
There's just been geese.
And we still don't know a lot of penguin breeds. There's actually so many other different types of
Really?
penguins. Yeah, there's so many different kinds
How
of
many?
penguins.
How many do we know of?
It's like I don't know. I saw the first one about the geese, and honestly, it just made me giggle. And I saw the other one in passing. I was like, oh, okay.
I love
What
that. I
resonates?
love that. So as of now, or I guess there's 18 or 19. Shoot, that was a quick Google search. I don't know. There's 18 or 19 that we know of, 11 of which are endangered. Oh, that's sad. Oh, Someone's saying there's up to 22. Okay. All right. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of different breeds for sure.
Those are just penguins. Imagine all the other.
I love that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Well, thank you for tuning in on our first episode of the Nonsense podcast. We will more likely be uploading episode 2 within the next couple weeks after this is uploaded. But yeah, as stated previously, if you have any questions that you want to ask us to talk about, please feel free to email us at the email below at thenonsenspodcast@gmail.com. And we're gonna hang this call up and just maybe talk some more nonsense.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we will talk some more nonsense next time.
Bye.
Bye.